So when I found out why people receive good and why people receive bad in life, it blew my mind, and it's going to blow yours. So close to finishing. Welcome back to another video. I'm Max Hindle I. I help entrepreneurs reprogram their life, rewire their minds for happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, confidence, you name it, I do it. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining the shocking truth to why some people get good and why some people get bad in life. Because it's all down to a few little things, and when we make those shifts, you will start to see dramatic changes in your life. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button, and also comment down below, I've subscribed, so that I will personally reply to as many people as possible to show you that you're part of the community, because you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you can do absolutely anything. The reason some people tend to attract more negative into their life is not because they're unlucky, is not because life hates them. It's down to their programs and what they believe about them and what they will attract to themselves. Now, this can be a very hard pill to swallow if you are not sure why these things are happening. When we know why these things are happening, then we can stop living in the victim mentality and move to the victor mentality. And going from victim to victor takes a few steps, but you have that ability to make that change. And the reason and the easiest way I can explain this is starting with the fact that things happen to teach us lessons. So before I explain exactly what that means, what I want to help you understand is the fact that our programs attract whatever we get. We are what we attract. If I truly believe life is wonderful, life is amazing, I tend to attract exactly that. And the evidence, the proof is in the pudding, essentially. If you look at anyone who's living a negative life, look at what they're attracting. And they always come back down to, the world hates me, everyone's against me, why can't anything go right? Why does everything go against me? Versus someone who's receiving great things in life, the world loves me, I deserve this, I'm amazing, I'm so grateful for this. It's two different outlooks, and don't get me wrong, I've been in that place where it is, why is everything against me? Why am I anxious? Why am I depressed? Why am I fearful? Why am I worried? Why me? Why me? Why me? When I made that little shift to say, why me? How about try me? Let me see if I can make these little shifts in my life to become that version of myself that I want to be. And that's when my life started to shift. When I moved from victim to victor, when I went from why me to try me, everything shifted. And as I said, it starts with our lessons. What lessons do we need to learn? Because as soon as we learn that lesson, we break the karmic pattern. And as soon as we break the karmic pattern, everything that we first looked at to say why me is therefore broken. And once you break that karmic pattern, we no longer have to repeat out that negative loop. We no longer have to, because we've learned our lessons. And this is when you move to that understanding of there's something bigger than me, there's something bigger than this here, the flesh, the 3D, there's something bigger than that. And if you ask anyone who is truly happy, they have a higher vision, they have a higher purpose, they have a higher calling. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying it's God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, the universe. My opinion is the universe. I may be wrong, I may be right, but I know that it works for me. What works for you works for you. And when you have a higher reason to why you're here, there's something that is giving that life force, your energy, you begin to move into that of, so what am I needing to learn? What is my mission on this planet? What is my purpose? And moving into all of them type of avenues. And I will be explaining the video on purpose, how to find it, exactly how to do it, and everything like that. But it starts with realizing that we are here for a reason. So once we understand that these lessons are here to teach us, these lessons are here to help us grow, when bad things happen, instead of saying, why me? We say, what is this trying to tell me? Because when we say, what is this trying to tell me? We can then come up with a solution that can not only help us, but help people around us, help people in the future. Moving on to the old adage of your message, your message. I love that. When I heard that, it made so much sense. Everything I went through, everything I grew through is what I can help you go through. So you're probably asking, Max, how do I understand what this lesson is? Because everything that's going on right now, there's no lesson. It's all negative. It's all bad. I hate it. Not true. I promise you there's a lesson in it. And I'll give a great example of a little story. When me and my sister had no money, we came back from Bali, had no money, we painted some offices. We just finished painting 9 days straight, working from about 8 in the morning till some days 10 in the evening, 11 in the evening, sorry. Most days were about 9-10 hour days, but some days were all the way until 11 in the evening. The last day we just cleared up, just about to leave, the earliest day possible, we finished at 5, and we were like, that's sweet, that's a good day. It wasn't her fault, but she picked up a tub of white paint, and we had black carpets that we were working on. Covered everything, looked perfect, not a speck anywhere. She picked up this tub and dropped 10 litres of white paint. I'll show you the video here. So close to finishing. So we're gonna not stress about it. We're gonna get it cleaned up. This is what it looks like. Just nearly finished, but keep yourself posted. Staying positive. I'm sure we'll be able to clean it up. Worst case scenario. Haven't got that far yet. We're gonna do it, promise. If you keep smiling. But 10 litres. 10 litres, imagine that. We just finished. We just finished everything. And then 10 litres of white paint on a black carpet. Who even has a black carpet nowadays? My initial thought was I turned around because I was putting the blind up and it was prick or something like that. That was my initial thought. And then I said, I apologise. That was literally a reaction. I just completely reacted. That's what I did. We looked at each other and I said, do we want to argue about this? Because it's not going to solve any problems. And what good thing can come from spilling that on the floor? Nothing, right? That's what I thought. So I said to her, are we going to argue? No, we didn't want to argue because then we're just going to get into a state and then we're just going to hate each other. Then we're just going to have to clear it up anyway while arguing. Our first thing was, do we have anything to clear it up? We had spoons because we had some vegan yogurts. Spoons, like the small spoons, teaspoons, the little tiny teaspoons, we had one of them. And it was just everywhere. It was just everywhere. So I said to her, how about we play the could be worse game? And I recommend you to do this when things are going bad. The could be worse game. Things could always be worse. Luckily, it was a Friday, so people had all gone home and they were going home for the weekend, so we could have come in over the weekend if we needed to. Luckily, it was in the evening, so no one was there because it was quite a loud bang. So we play that could be worse game, which allowed us to feel a little bit better about ourselves. It didn't make the situation great because it wasn't great. We still had to stay and clear it all up. But there's always a could be worse scenario, no matter what's going on. For example, you crashed your car, you could have gone 10 miles up the road, flipped the car and died. Like there's always a worst case scenario which we can think of. And when we start to look at it from that perspective, things start to shift within us to say, it's not as bad, but what can I learn from this? What can we learn? Don't take the flooring up until everything is outside. That's the lesson. Sometimes they're hard lessons, sometimes they're little lessons. Sometimes it's don't go into an abusive relationship again, so I'm going to put you in an abusive relationship. The universe is putting you in an abusive relationship over and over again until you learn that lesson. Once you learn that lesson, you break that karmic pattern. When you become aware of it, and that's the key, awareness is the key to everything. Once you have awareness, every one of your issues, every one of your struggles is sorted. Not sorted, but you can start to make shifts on them. So when you become aware of the issue, whatever it is, you can get yourself into a present state. How do you get into that? Meditation, hypnosis, and if you want any hypnosis, send me a message or go to my website. We can schedule a free subconscious mind analysis so that I can help you reprogram your life and rewire your mind for happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, confidence, you name it. I can help you do it. And once you are in such a present state, and the present state is key because when you're in a present state, your mind cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. So when you know that you are in a present state of mind, in that theta state, and if you want to access the theta state or you want to understand the theta state of mind, which is hypnosis meditation, check out this video here and check that out. So when you get into that present state of mind, you can then go back to the first time you ever experienced this. And let's use abusive relationships. When was the first time you went into an abusive relationship? Who was the first person? What was it that got you into it? And I want you to take away something from this experience. What is it you can learn from that specific experience? What is it that you could have learned at that time that you didn't learn, but you could have learned? Because when you learn it in here, it doesn't matter when you did it in the past, whether you do it in the future. When you learn it in here, whether you go back to the past and you find that learning in your mind, you break that karmic pattern. And the next question I want you to ask yourself is, what advice would you give to your younger self? That version of you, what advice would you give to your younger self? Maybe get out of that relationship. You deserve more. You are beautiful just the way you are. Don't let them dictate how you feel about yourself. The third question, why are you no longer that person? Why can you today break that karmic pattern? Why are you allowed to break that karmic pattern? Because when you answer that question, you're saying, well, of course I can break that karmic pattern because I'm no longer that person. I don't allow people to treat me that way. So why should I? Because when you realize that you should never be treated badly, that we have to do things we don't like sometimes, we do, that's part of life. But we deserve to be living on purpose. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to be loving towards ourselves and others. We deserve it. It's your birthright. To be abundant, to be happy, to be free, to be confident. But we have to learn it. And then the last and final question, what can you do today to move forward, to let go of who you once were? And the easiest way I can explain this is, if you imagine the best version of yourself, what advice would they give you? One thing that you can use in your today to move forward with your life. Because when you know that, when you know what you need to do, how you need to act today, you will say, I need to stop being the victim. Because being the victim isn't helping me, is it? And when you realize that being the victim isn't helping you, what's your other option? Maybe I could just convince myself that I am amazing. Maybe I could convince myself that I am confident, I am beautiful, I am happy. Because you deserve that at the end of the day. And when you take that approach and you make it sense in here, and when you make sense in here of that scenario, you begin to heal from that past trauma, that past issue, that past pain. And then you allow yourself to break that karmic pattern and move forward. So now you've watched this video, you will no longer be attracting negative into your life. If you do this technique, obviously. And if you want any help with this technique, because I understand that it is not the easiest thing to just do on your own, please do send me a message or head over to my website, maxhindle.com, so that we can speak about this, so that I can help you do this. Because once you break that karmic pattern, who is stopping you? I'm going to give you a little secret. No one. So other than that, please feel free to send this to a friend to help them, help you, getting the most out of my content so that you can get as much as possible. You're helping them, you're helping yourself, and you're also helping the movement that I'm creating of happy and fulfilled people to spread that message, to spread that love, kindness, and positivity. So, other than that, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share your thoughts below. And don't forget to check out my free course on maxhindle.com. Head over to my website now, scroll down, click get the free course, log in and sign up. Go over to the course, get your ebooks for the PDFs. This is the Enneagram assessment. This will help you understand who you are. This will help you understand your personality so that you can live your most fulfilled life. The workbook, 136 pages of the workbook, allowing you to align your mind, balance your body, and hold your soul. Going through that, getting all the information, making it a practical guide to your daily work. As you can see, there's a lot of information, and I've put all this together completely free for you. And finally, the free vegan recipes. These are amazing. These are tasty. Also, there's a little treat at the end, a bit of chocolate. And then a 36-part video series to accompany it all, allowing you to get the most out of your experience with me. So what are you waiting for? Head over to maxhindle.com and get your free course today. But other than that, have an amazing day. Keep spreading love, kindness, and so much positivity.